Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to sew a blouse together. The pattern is called Elisabeth Blouse. I bought the PDF version. There are some details in the collar and the cuff that could change the style a little bit. I got some feedback from other sewists that the blouse is quite loose, so I chose to cut the size 32, even though usually I sew 34. Here I used my own custom-made bodice pattern to adjust the size of this blouse. First of all, I made it shorter. I marked my usual blouse length and cut off the extra in the bottom. Don't forget to align the front and the back bodice pieces when you make changes in the pattern. Then I also shortened the sleeves to my usual custom-fitted sleeve pattern length. My main fabric for the blouse is this peacock blue linen. As I chose to add ruffles, I decided to use this beautiful white cotton embroidered fabric to add a small touch of romantic Victorian style. One of the highlights of this pattern is the pintucks. I used carbon paper and the tracing wheel to mark the lines to the fabric. We have them in the center back, also in the front below shoulders, and on both sides of button plackets. Sewing pintucks is quite time-consuming, but it's not complicated at all. With a little bit of patience, I assure you that the result is worthwhile. Here is the method that comes with the sewing instructions of this pattern. I finished all the pintucks in front and the back pieces. It took me a few hours. Now it's time to sew the yokes to the front pieces. Place one of the yokes to the front pieces right sides together and pin them on the shoulders. Pin the right side of another yoke to the wrong sides of the front pieces. Sew these 3 layers together. Next step is to sew the external layer of the yoke to the back bodice, right sides together. Then we use the burrito method. I am rolling all up like a burrito in order to align the right side of the other yoke to the wrong side of the back and to sew it on the previous seam. Then we pull the burrito out and it all comes together magically. Put the front and the back right sides together and sew the side seams. Here is what we have at this stage. Now it's time for the cuffs. We have outer and inner pieces, because there are pintucks details and outer cuffs. I also put interfacing to the inner pieces to give it a little bit more structure. We only have 2 pieces to cut in the white embroidered fabric. For the ruffles, I learned a new technique. That is to make rolled hem with the overlocker. I am so happy with the result and proud of myself for finally trying new features of my overlocker. Ruffles are gathered to match the cuff length with a parallel rows of running stitches. Then we pin the ruffle and outer cuff piece right sides together. Put the right side of inner cuff piece on top and sew along the 3 sides. Next step is to work on the sleeves. Sew a parallel rows of running stitches on the sleeve cap to prepare for the gathering later. We have 2 small bias cut pieces to secure the slits. Here is how they look at the end. There are 3 pleats on the bottom of the sleeves. Let's secure them first. Then fold the sleeves right sides together and sew the side seams. I also sew the cuffs to the sleeves. Here is how it looks. The next step is to sew the sleeves to the bodice. Adding the ruffle to the collar is the same as how we did for the cuffs. I pinned 3 items to the bodice here. First the collar, then the button plackets on both sides, and the bias tape all around the collar. After sewing, turn the button plackets and the bias towards inside, iron it, and understitch. Here is how it looks now. I also finished the hem. The last step is to sew the buttonholes and hand stitch the buttons.